your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Assets Television.
Good evening and welcome to the news on Assets Television. I am Eugenia Solomon. First, the headlines. All Progressives Congress APC warns opposition parties against targeting electoral commissioners. Federal government promises to restore power to North region in 14 days. Court bars CBN, other banks from issuing money to Rivers State government. And now the news in detail. The ruling All Progressives Congress APC has warned the opposition to desist from targeting state resident electoral commissioners and sponsoring needless demonstrations on the eve of major elections. The warning comes a few hours after scores of protesters from Ondo State stormed the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Abuja to demand an immediate redeployment of the state rec Oluwatoyin Babalola, while waving different banners and placards that read, "Mahmoud, deploy Babalola now," and "We don't want a repeat of Edo fiasco." The demonstrators blocked the entrance to the National Secretariat, demanding to see the National Chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, to press home their demand. The development comes a week after the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde made a similar request, citing concerns over Babalola's alleged ties to the All Progressives Congress. Sharing the governor's position in Abuja, the leader of the demonstrators and convener of Ondo Youth League, Ayo Adeyemi, said redeploying Babalola was in the best interest of their people and INEC to promote a free and credible election. The federal government has assured of its commitment to speed up the pace of work to restore electricity to all the affected states in the northern region of the country. This was as the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabo, announced that electricity would be fully restored to the region within the next 14 days. This implies that the region, comprising 17 states, will remain in blackouts till Tuesday, November 12, 2024.
The leadership of Senate is concerned about the lack of electricity supply in the northern part of this country. This is happening due to the fact that the electricity tower coming from within the area that electricity is taken to the northern part of the country was vandalized by terrorists, and it has become a problem for the TCN staff to get to where this occurred, to get it restored, because that area is being occupied by terrorists. The leader
Adelabuwa, responding to questions from senators at the National Assembly, also said partial restoration will be completed within the next 3 days. Earlier, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, stated that the ongoing repairs to the damaged transmission line that led to the blackout in northern Nigeria will be completed on November 3rd, 2024. The managing director of TCN, Sule Abdulaziz, updating Nigerians on efforts to restore electricity to the northern region, said alternative measures have been implemented to transmit 400 megawatts to certain areas within the next 24 hours. Now, the Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have stated that there has been no official communication from the government regarding its ongoing strike. JAC of NASU and SANU on Monday commenced an indefinite strike over 4 months of withheld salaries effectively halting university activities nationwide. Speaking in an interview, the National Vice President of SANU, Abdul Sabur Salam, said there's no update on the ongoing strike. It continues. The unions are demanding, among other things, the payment of the 4 months withheld salaries, improved remuneration, earned allowances, and implementation of the 2009 agreements with the government. Recall that at the last national peaceful protest by Jack of Nasu and SANU, held on the 18th of July 2024 at Unity Fountain, Abuja, a 10-day ultimatum was issued to the government to pay the withheld salaries to avoid any possible shutdown of activities in universities and inter-university centers, with no action taken in response. Asset Television News will continue shortly after the breather.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television.
Thank you for staying with us. If you are just joining us, you are watching the news on Assets Television. Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja has stopped the Central Bank of Nigeria from further releasing monthly financial allocations to Rivers State government. The presiding judge held that the presentation of the 2024 budget by Governor Siminalayi Fubara before a 4-member Rivers House of Assembly was an affront to the constitutional provision. She described the receipt and disbursement of monthly allocations since January this year by Fubara as a constitutional somersault and aberration that must not be allowed to continue. Justice Abdul Malik also held that Fubara's action in implementing an unlawful budget smacked gross violation of the 1999 Constitution he swore to protect. She proceeded to restrain the CBN, Accountant General of the Federation, Zenith Bank, and Access Bank from further allowing Fubara to access money from the Consolidated Revenue and Federation account. The chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has urged petroleum marketers, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), to source petrol directly from his refinery to meet local demand. This came as data obtained from the Nigerian Ports Authority showed that the NPA is expecting a vessel with 20,115,000 liters of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, on 30th October 2024 at the Tinkan Island port in Lagos. Dangote confirmed the refinery's readiness to supply fuel after closed-door talks with President Bola Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. He was part of a delegation of the Implementation Committee on Crude Oil and Refined Product Sales in Local Currencies, led by its chairman, Minister of Finance Wale Edun. NNPC Group Managing Director Melekari was also at the meeting. The committee was at the villa to brief President Bola Tinubu on its activities since the federal government first announced the policy last July. Now, the Presidential Livestock Reforms Implementation Committee, PLRIC, has emphasized the need for insurance coverage to bolster investment in livestock production. This was disclosed in a communique dated October 29th after its stakeholders' consultative workshop held in Abuja. The workshop gathered over 400 participants, including governors, ministers, and traditional rulers. During the workshop, co-chairman of the PLRIC, Professor Atahiru Jega, said the recommendation is crucial in addressing the risks associated with livestock farming, which often deter potential investors. Other recommendations from the workshop included the establishment of a comprehensive national feed security program to stabilize supply amid challenges posed by smuggling and shortages. Stakeholders also called for a unified digital taxation system to alleviate constraints from multiple taxation. From the foreign scene now, footage has emerged of the president appearing to call Donald Trump supporters garbage. The White House says that he was referring to hateful rhetorics used against Puerto Ricans, but Republicans and Trump's campaign have condemned the president. The comment came to light shortly after Harris urged voters to turn the page on the drama and conflict in politics during a major campaign speech in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday night. Trump has seized on the comment and accused Democrats of running a campaign of hate. With less than a week to go, polls suggest the race couldn't be closer. And in sports, Victor Osimhen has confirmed he will not be joining Chelsea during the January transfer window, stating his commitment to remain with Turkish giants Galatasaray until the end of his loan. The 25-year-old striker, who was heavily linked with the move to Stamford Bridge during the summer transfer window, made this intention clear after netting his fourth goal for Galatasaray in their 2-1 victory against Besiktas in Monday's Turkish Super League Istanbul derby. The Nigeria striker has been in shining form since joining the Turkish Super League leaders on loan from Napoli in September, scoring in 3 consecutive league games, including a spectacular overhead kick against Antalyaspor last weekend after his return from injury. His latest goal came in the 67th minute against Besiktas when he expertly headed home Gabriel Sara's cross to double Galatasaray's lead before visitors pulled one back in stoppage time. And with that sports story, we end the news. Follow us on all our social media platforms for updates and programs. On behalf of the news crew, I am Eugenia Solomon, thanking you all for watching.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television. Welcome to Asset Television.